Recorded at GCSAA 2025 in San Diego, California. Here's your host, SiteOne Golf representative, Micah Wise.
Got an opportunity to sit down and chat with Nick. First time meeting you, Nick. Thanks so much for taking the time to be here. It's a busy show, an awful lot going on. But take a minute to introduce yourself to the listening audience.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. My name is Nick Kray, golf course superintendent at Elmcrest Country Club in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Been in the turf business for quite a few years now. Did about 11 years down in Kansas City. Really enjoyed that after graduating college, and had the opportunity to move back to my hometown in Cedar Rapids and take over at Elmcrest Country Club.
Yeah.
So really been a good move for us and my family. And
Good deal.
yeah.
Good deal. So the club you're at now is in the hometown that you grew up in?
Yeah, I grew up in Marion, Iowa, which is right next door to Cedar Rapids. So yeah, it was kind of a nice transition to go home. My whole family's there. My wife's family's there.
That's great.
So yeah,
That's great. It's kind of a bit of a similar experience for me. Grew up in northern Michigan. Young kid, finished high school like every dummy who thinks he knows what he's doing. I was like, I'm going to get out of this small town and go be a big deal somewhere. And fast forward 20 years, I'm in my hometown and couldn't be happier. So that's great. How did you first get into the golf business?
oh boy. So when I got into the business, I was just looking for a summer job.
Yeah.
My dad was big on, if you're gonna have a car, you got to pay for your insurance, you got to pay for your fuel, so you need to start earning some money. And as long as I was playing a sport in high school, I didn't have to have a job. So then in the summers, I needed to find some work. And my dad said, well, you go work on a golf course, get in early, get your work done, still have time to go lift weights and make your course practices and really have a opportunity to both work and enjoy your summers. And really from about the first day there, Pete Nolan, the superintendent I worked for, just kind of took me under his wing and made it fun. And I thought, right after that first summer, man, I could do this for a living. I didn't think about anything like that previous, but it was really that first summer job that I thought, man, your office is outside. It's a fantastic opportunity to go out and just really enjoy the outdoors as well as, take care of a beautiful golf course.
For sure. For me, similarly, too, I was shocked that superintendent they gave me a golf cart and a string trimmer and said, stay busy. A 15-year-old kid got all this freedom, and I kind of caught the bug and never wanted to do anything else. So it's
kind of a story.
It's kind of a common occurrence to a lot of people that we talk to.
Yeah, I got an old Jake walk mower and a trailer and a cart. You said, go up to the practice green.
Where's that?
Yeah.
See the clubhouse? It's near that.
Yep.
Up that way.
Then we just figured it out from there.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Education background, you went through a turf program at Iowa State, or?
I did. So I wrestled through high school and in college. So I went up to Wartburg College in northern Iowa in Waverly and wrestled there and got a business administration and management degree. Again, my dad was a big influence on my life. Both my parents, but he was in business, sales and marketing, and he always said, whether it's something you fall back on or something to tie in with the turf degree, a business degree is going to take you somewhere. So he encouraged me to do a business administration management degree. And then knowing after I finished that, my wrestling career in college, I then went on to Iowa State and got a master's degree with Dr. Christians at Iowa State.
Okay.
So that was my turf path, I guess. And then from there, interviewed a few places and ended up settling on Kansas City. Worked down there for 11 years and just absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
It was a great location. The transition zone it's a beast.
It's an animal for sure.
Yeah. So cut my teeth down there and
I
just absolutely loved it. The golf market in Kansas City is big. But just the people, the friendships that I made and the connections down there are, can't really put a price tag on it. It was an amazing experience.
Well, I'm not much of a betting man, but I'm just gonna wager a guess here. Big football game coming up this weekend. Who you got?
Chiefs by $1 million.
Yeah.
Big Chiefs fan. Yeah. My son, he's 12, and boy, absolutely love watching the games with him. But he is the most invested fan I think I've ever met in my life.
Right.
Wow. Fantastic.
That's cool. That's cool. I grew up in Michigan my whole life, so I'm a hopeless Lions fan, and boy, we got excited this year.
They're such a good team.
Yeah. Just what do you do?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, growing up in Iowa, I was a Cubs fan for life, so I rode that roller coaster too. Yeah. 15 and 16 were great years for us, and we got it done. But yeah, I know. Well, yeah.
So funny. I've got a couple young nephews. Like they've literally seen more Lions wins in their life than I have. Almost. Like it's not a far gap really. Even though I've got 30 years on them.
Yeah.
Joe, over the last several years since you've been in a leadership role as a superintendent, what are some of like the tougher challenges that you've seen recently?
I think labor's always a challenge.
Yeah.
No matter what. And I think it's getting better.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic with like the Iowa State turf program. There's, I think I just heard last night there's over 20 new freshmen that get the program. So, just knowing that maybe numbers are starting to come up again.
Yeah.
And how well golf's done really since COVID and everything that happened. It's just
so many things have like gone back down, and I don't know if like round numbers are as high as they were like peak when everyone was at home. Golf was the only thing you could like safely do.
right.
But it has never dipped back down to like pre-pandemic levels. So it's like we've sustained a gain for the industry at large.
Yeah.
I feel
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, golf's doing well, and I think with the turf programs getting more students, I think it's optimistic there. We see just the same turf diseases and everything that guys are seeing across the country, but we're seeing, I would almost say, less rainfall and hotter weather.
more extremes.
Yeah,
I'd agree with that. You get these 100-year storms like every 5 years. It seems like.
Oh, we had a derecho roll through Cedar Rapids.
Oh wow!
And we lost about 900 trees.
Wow.
So that was a big challenge, just for that snapshot in time while I've been at Elmcrest, and really started in about Des Moines, and we were hearing reports from other superintendents in Des Moines like, hey, take cover. There's a storm building, so be careful. And then by the time it got to us, it was sustained winds of 140 miles an hour for about 45, 50 minutes. It was incredible.
Yeah.
So nothing I'd ever want to experience again.
No,
but that was a big challenge
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. How big of a crew do you run with at peak season?
So we're right around 20.
Okay.
We have myself. I've got 2 assistants here with me.
That's fantastic that you're doing that and bringing them and getting involved in the associations, state and national, so they can kind of get exposed to everything that's here.
Yeah, it's for me to see how excited they are with not only the trade show, with how big it is and there's so much stuff, all the stuff that's offered, but how involved they were with the education.
Yeah,
they were.
That's great.
Asking to go to the power hours, and they were signing up for their own education tracks. It's fantastic. Really glad that I was able to bring 2 of them. I have another assistant back home running the store right now. If you will,
keeping the lights on.
And
hold it down.
We've got a fantastic horticulturalist. Lisa just does an amazing job at Elmcrest. It's really a highlight of the property is what she's able to do for us. And then we have a group of about 7 or 8 full-time, that helps with snow removal and things in the winter.
Sure.
And then we try and get our summer numbers up to right around 20.
Okay. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I think it's the most common answer to what challenges are superintendents facing today. Like there's how many, vendors here today. Everyone has number one answer is labor issues. And it's absolutely true. But I think sometimes we also kind of lose sight of it. Like, that's not just us. It's every business, whether you're in turf and ornamental, golf, running a retail store in a mall.
Yeah.
People, it's a huge challenge.
Yep.
It's a huge challenge. So operations are always having to, get more streamlined, more efficient, and seeing a lot of like new technologies going to enter our turf space that are, going to, provide, some sort of solutions. We're always going to need bodies. All the robotic mowers and things still. Some of the detailed stuff and the art of being a superintendent and growing good grass and creating good playing conditions is never going to not be necessary. But
Correct.
yeah, some of this technology is really, really new. Have you played around with any robotics, or is it something that you're kind of looking at, or?
Yeah, we're just kind of looking at it.
Yeah.
GPS sprayers were a big thing
Right.
the last few years.
Yeah.
And
Is that technology you've incorporated at your club? Or?
so not yet.
Yeah.
We've talked to a few people about it, and it's something I'd definitely like to look into.
Sure.
Cost savings, return on investment, all that. I think it's there with the GPS sprayers. It's definitely something I'd like to incorporate at Elmcrest. But kind of exciting. Look at these new robotic mowers and autonomous, even the range picker.
Yep.
That can help. Our golf staff, their short staff too.
Yeah. It's not just
months of the year.
It's not just the maintenance teams that struggle. It's pro shop. It's the kitchen.
And it's a lighter footprint than a cart pushing a picker around. And so yeah, I mean, it could be something what we're trying to look into and kind of see where it could take us.
Sure. What do you think from a customer's expectations, customers being like your members or the golfing public in general? What do you think? Have you seen any like major shifts or changes? Do you think the demand on your time and your resources is are the expectations fair?
Yeah. So I'd kind of start with, our membership at Elmcrest is fantastic. It's considered a real family-oriented club.
Yeah.
And, they like to see us out there. So our staff plays in men's league with them on Wednesdays.
Really?
Throughout the season. We have a maintenance staff. And so we get to mix it up and play with them.
That's cool.
Good, bad, or otherwise, we get to hear what they have to say.
Sure.
And we always take it, we take it to heart and we listen. And, that gives us an opportunity to really talk with them rather than just hearing something about, whether the bunkers are bad or the green speeds are, all the greens are back to front. And, there's some tricky ones out there. So some of them feel a lot faster than others. And if you're below the hole and you're putting up, everything's a little slower maybe, but if you're behind the hole, it's pretty quick. So, we do genuinely take the input to heart, and for the most part, they're all really fair. So, I don't think you're putting anything outrageous on us as far as their opinions on the course and how it plays. And, I've always been under the impression that, we can't see everything throughout the day. So, whether it's a greens committee or members that we really do value their opinion on good, bad, they'll tell you both ways.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we look for, and we will make changes based on those. And, at the end of the day, we're trying to bear the course as best we can for the entire membership. High handicap, low handicap, we want them to be out there and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Their families out, enjoy a round of golf and really come to the club and have a good time.
Yeah.
So, we try and accommodate what we can.
Yeah, that's great. And I also think it's kind of been my experience that as turf managers, more often than not, we're our worst and harshest critics. And anyway, like I would agree. A member says like, "Hey, did you notice that?" Like, yeah, 3 weeks ago, it's been driving me nuts.
Yeah.
So sometimes we're our own worst enemies in some cases, but that's where passion for what we do kind of comes in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you at the club gone through any recent projects or renovations, bunker work, tees? What kind of things are you guys kind of tweaking and working on?
So we've been through a couple pretty good projects. We did a kind of an in-house bunker renovation. Went well. It took about a year and a half to do it. It was all in-house. So we'd do, spring and fall, we'd really hit it hard and try and, keep the project going throughout the summer, but really turning into maintaining the course at that point. And then once that was done, we started looking at our tee boxes, and, some of our par 3 tees, they're thin and didn't have enough space. So we've enlarged some, make sure that the par 3 tees are big enough.
Isn't that just such a funny design thing that happens in our industry.
Yeah, the T's that need it the most are some smaller ones. So
the biggest tees are like the longest par five.
yes, exactly. So we
Which
want
still
to
get divots, surprisingly. Like, how?
I don't carry 2 iron in my bag, so
No, I got no stinger, man. It's not in my game.
yeah. So we've done that. We're kind of ongoing there.
Yeah.
And we've had some really good response to the tees that we've done, and like continue on that. But the big one we just finished was a new irrigation renovation.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was fantastic. Right. The pump station got put in a year ago, and then the new system was put in, started in August and finished in November. So Leibold Irrigation was the install company.
These guys are fantastic.
I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. They were incredible.
They're great to work with. They are great.
And then SiteOne was our partner. We went with the Hunter Golf Systems.
Okay.
Irrigation, and so SiteOne was our distributor there, and we worked directly with them, ordering product and getting everything we needed. And really the process was incredibly smooth. And hey, my first install, so I
done and dusted. Check that box.
Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. When for people that haven't maybe had the opportunity to go through a large scale project like that at the club, from a planning standpoint, like how early did you start prior to like kind of getting buy-in from the membership and lining up Leibold and your contractors? And
yeah, the sooner the better lining up contractors.
Yeah.
I know a lot of them, with how much golf has been in the boom.
they're busy.
They're busy. They're booked out to 27 right now. That's what I'm hearing. So definitely get with your contractors early. Try and get on their schedule. But at Elmcrest, we talked about the irrigation system about 6 years ago when I got there.
Yeah.
And knowing that it was 30 years old. So
Right.
it was about time to upgrade, and we weren't having a ton of issues with, broken pipe, or, we had some nozzles that needed replaced.
Sure.
And the system was fairly tight. So I don't think they kind of thought it was an emergency right away. But in the really 2.5, 3 years between initially really talking about it and getting quotes to just getting it done now, the price tag went up.
Sure.
So
yeah.
you always
Say sure, like, oh
yeah, sales day, like, yeah. In hindsight, it's like, wow, we should have done it a year ago.
yeah.
But glad we got it done. The whole planning process, between working with SiteOne and Leibold together. Again, I don't have a lot to compare it to because it was my first one, but I felt like it was pretty painless. It was great. It was stressful. Don't get me wrong, especially the start of it. But I thought being able to work directly with them was a big benefit.
Yeah, and they're so good at like communicating, and it just seems so like, no kidding, but something as simple as just having that transparent communication, open lines, that who to contact if there's questions, if there's problems. Yeah, it just makes everything go so much easier.
They were on site when we needed them.
Yeah.
If we needed a change order or something wasn't, we were short on something.
Sure.
It got corrected quickly.
Did you guys kind of do a complete mainline just swap out, and so completely new?
What's new? Straight, the tie-in from the new pump station.
Yeah.
Went full HDP system mainline.
That was my next question. Watching that fusion well and stuff going is, wow.
It was incredible. And
Yeah.
that was one thing that I really appreciated with Leibold is they allowed myself and our staff, my assistants, to really get in, and we try to do kind of every part of the process.
Yeah.
Because we're going to take care of that system.
Yeah.
It's going to be ours for a really long time.
It's a huge investment for the club. And, unlike a bunker renovation or a greens expansion or so like that, there's like that visual component to your membership. Be like, hey, we spent money, look what we got. It's all irrigation system. You're bearing a lot of money.
Yes, sir.
To make your life easier, right? It's a lot more than that, but it's super easy for clubs to start that narrative, and it gets down the way. Yeah. But that's fantastic that they've supported you, and what kind of gains have you seen just like irrigation efficiency with like the newer rotors and control systems?
I've been super impressed with the Hunter system so far. The coefficient uniformity was off the charts in the field.
Right.
You see the testing inside the warehouse with no wind and no other environmental factors, and
You're
they're
like, oh,
really.
perfect coverage. What do you know?
But when you get at the field and you see that rain curtain come down,
Yeah.
and it might be dusk or it might be early morning, and it's just a gorgeous view.
Yeah.
And you just think, wow, you can already tell it's more efficient. You're getting the water down where you need it. So yeah, I've been very happy with it so far. We ran both systems simultaneously with the install, so they were temporary tie-ins, so we could use the new system at the same time as we were using our old system, and no real hiccups there either. We were able to run both systems and stay having our golf course open for play. We shut down a hole at a time, so they put laterals in, heads, wire, everything, and it was pretty painless in that regard too. But it'll be interesting to see when we fire back up, because we've really
and again, timing wise, like this was just last season that the install happening. So okay, so from when they broke ground to completion and handed it back over to you guys, timeline we're looking at.
So I think pipe was delivered, I want to say August 12th. They started putting main line in and fusing pipe above ground and in long runs.
Yeah.
About August 18th, and the crew was there just doing some touch-up stuff in November, about November 15th or so. We blew it out November 20th. So,
and also goes to show, when it's well planned, like the amount of work that can get done.
Yeah,
it's quite incredible to witness big projects like that. And when those first couple trucks of pipe show, you're like, how much? Where's it all going to go?
Yeah, that's all going to go in the ground. When it's also fun to see it disappear throughout the month. You're like, wow, okay, got 3 or 4 rolls of lateral pipe left. It's getting close to the end, and it was a great project. I was really happy that membership supported.
No, that's great. Congratulations on that. That's awesome. There's a lot of superintendents walking around today that have that 20, 30-year-old system that is performing, but
the efficiencies could be better.
And but they're big conversations to have with clubs, and it's challenging. That's fantastic that your membership supported with that and saw the need and was forward thinking, going to benefit for the rest of your career.
Absolutely.
You had previously mentioned that you've got a great team of assistants. A couple of them are here with you now. As you see them come up in the industry, and you find yourself in a bit of a mentorship role, kind of advice maybe you've gotten from some of your mentor superintendents that are kind of like important to you to like pass on, like when they when the time is right and the right job comes up and they're ready to kind of branch out and run their own shop. What kind of...
That's a great question. I've been fortunate to work for a couple pretty good superintendents that I still to this day keep in contact with and really appreciate everything they've done for me. And this is something we talked about yesterday at the show in between education sessions. I think for them, my big advice is not necessarily to be patient, but don't leave for the next job, leave for the right job. And
Great.
For me, I feel like it's my responsibility to take care of them as best we can, because they're such an integral part of our business at the club, day-to-day operations, running the staff, and kind of whatever they are willing to take on, whether it is helping with the budget or the spray program or just running the crew, setting up day-to-day operations, whatever they want to take on, I want them to feel that they have that opportunity. And really to try and set them up for success in the future. And I'd say I'm very fortunate that all 3 of my assistants are taking on different tasks. They're grinding reels in the wintertime, and they're setting heights of cut, and they're doing kind of the other side of the coin, if you will. It's not all outside growing turf. It's everything in the background as well. So giving them the opportunity to go out and, start to learn and kind kind of cut their teeth on every aspect of it.
And now probably have some opportunity to, like, manage the crew and things like that. This, years ago I was told it turned out to be so very true from my experience. Like, we get to the point where the grass is the easy part. It's this managing the budgets and pushing through an irrigation proposal, and this like the grass almost becomes,
it's a constant almost.
Yeah. And for them to have an opportunity to kind of cut their teeth, and that just operational management is important too. We've got just want to kind of close up here in a little bit, but had some kind of lighter questions I wanted to throw by you. Best in-round snacks on the course.
Yeah. Gosh, I was told a long time ago, if you're down at the turn, you buy your opponent a hot dog.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of a Snickers guy. Something like that, a little sugar, a little caramel. Sugar caramel is good for me.
Yeah, I like it.
I'd gravitate towards that.
Yeah, in my bag, there's always an Uncrustable or two.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's hard to beat Uncrustable. My daughter, she went through a phase that absolutely loved them, which is great for me because then I get a grab out of the freezer too.
Exactly. Last question, and I'll let you get back. There's an awful lot for you to see, and I really appreciate you taking the time to
thank you,
sit down with us today. But what do you think is like one of the biggest like misconceptions from public at large, or even your membership, like what a superintendent does, particularly like in the winter? What do you do?
That's a great question. I get it all the time.
Yeah.
Why do you have so many full-time staff members? And we do a lot of snow removal in Iowa.
Sure.
We haven't had a lot this year.
Yeah.
But we have a couple tennis bubbles so that the membership could play tennis year round. And I always kind of say, if it's an inch of snow, by the time it falls down the side, it's about a foot.
Right.
So we need to have those bodies to come in and keep the property safe and allow members to get in and out. So we do snow removal when that happens. They think we just have the winter off. I think that's a big misconception. And then, the other thing, like in season, that I hear a lot is, wow, you must play a lot of golf.
Play a lot of golf.
Which I would love to. I love playing golf. It's a great time. Sometimes playing your own courses, my scorecard has notes instead of scores.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, absolutely love getting out. I love playing with my assistants and getting them on different courses and just seeing different facilities. But yeah, that's what we get a lot. Even hiring, like I try to hire a mechanic. They think they're going to come in and work from 7 to 9 and then go play golf. It's like, well, we do work a full day. We still need to get the job done here. We can play some golf.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So those two are the big ones.
No, I like it. Well, Nick, thanks so much for giving us a little bit of time. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Sit down and chat. Have a safe, and prosperous 2025 season. Keep us posted on how we can help you out with anything. And
I appreciate that.
Enjoy what's left of the show in sunny San Diego.
Yeah. Hi. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
You got it, brother.
Don't forget to join us in 2 weeks for the next episode of Confessions of the Craft. Hear past recordings wherever you like to download podcasts. And follow SiteOne on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn for the latest from the green industry's leading distributor.